Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Bonsai Garden with me, Mark Sanders. Just thought I'd do a little short video, bring you out around the garden. You can see what's happening there. You can see a couple of trees in the background. That lovely acer has changed colour now. The leaves are starting to fall as well as the rest of the garden. But apart from that, all the bonsais are doing quite well. I've got a new microphone on now, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me nice and clearly. Anyway, so that's all the trees. It's not much happening now because obviously it's a dormancy period. So what I'm aiming to do now is I'll just take you down to my little other section of the garden, down to the next patio. This is where I do most of my videos. So I'm out of the wind here. And what I'll do, I'll just pop the camera onto the tripod. So excuse me for 1 second. Right. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. Let's just turn up and put that one around like that. I'll come in a little bit closer. Right, there we are. So I hope you're all well. I've had a few weeks off due to my chemotherapy, which unfortunately for me is not working. So we're going to try something else. So I'm going on to radiotherapy next week, starting next Thursday, where they do all the measurements and all that kind of thing and set me up. So anyway, moving on, let's talk about some bonsais. And I found this one down my mother-in-law's garden actually, and she said you can have that. It was just growing out of a part of the garden. I think it might have been a little sucker from somewhere. So anyway, I have beautiful little holly, and I put it in a pot that she gave me. So I've got a little holly tree there. I'm going to turn that into a bonsai. There's no sign of any berries, but there's lots of new growth on the top. I've taken some of the leaves off because they were eaten by something. But anyway, there's a nice little holly, which I think is very, very pretty. Right, I'll put that one to one side. And also, this one I thought was very nice. This is I got two of these, and they're very nice. I haven't really done much with this one, as you can see. This one I've wired. Let's just turn that around, sorry. And that is, I'm going to try and pronounce this as best I can. And it's the Lonicera. Lonicera is a honeysuckle basically. And I think it's more or less for like hedging as a shrub. But it's got these beautiful purple berries on. It's absolutely lovely. Look at that. Is that wonderful? That's really nice, isn't it? I was absolutely gobsmacked. I came out one morning and I saw these berries on there. I couldn't believe it. I thought, what a lovely, lovely little tree. So I'm well pleased with that. And it makes you feel quite Christmassy. So I just thought I'd show you that and share that with you. Also, I've got a nice cup of green tea. So cheers, Tom, if you're watching. So because it is quite cold, so I thought I'd bring a cup of green tea out with me because I'm not allowed caffeine at the moment. Which is very, very nice. Right, so that's a dear little tree. Actually, the name is on there. So there we are. Look, and that's how much I paid for it. So there's the name. I haven't got my reading glasses, but it's very nice and well chuffed for that. And it's an evergreen. So next year, be able to do a little bit more with it, trim it back. I've got that one as my leader, that one there. So I thought I chose that one, and I think that will come on. I'll be able to start reshaping it next year, and it should be a little bit of fun. So anyway, I'll put that one down. And what I found interesting was next subject. I don't know if anybody's tried this at all. Spent coffee grounds. Now a lot of coffee shops are offering people little bags of spent coffee grounds in their shops. I was in a coffee shop the other day and they had a box full of them. I didn't take any because I didn't need any because we drink coffee at home, but I can't drink it anymore for medical reasons. And So anyway, my wife's been drinking some coffee, and we've been saving all the spent coffee, and apparently it's a very good compost. So I started to get a little bit more interested in that. So I thought, well, I'll do a little bit of research and see if it's any good for bonsai plants. And as long as it's been spent, so long as it's been heated up and the water's gone through it, it's less acidic, which is a good thing. Now I've got some information, a little bit more information on that. I'll just put that to one side. I'll just get my iPad up because, this is my reading glasses, just to share with you, because I don't know anything about it, and I've just found it interesting because there's lots of coffee shops, and if it's free fertilizer, I'm having some of it. And so I'll just find this for you, and then I'll recite it what I found. It's only just like a little heads up, and you might be interested. And basically, it's a lot of the Starbucks stores have started putting out bags of this spent coffee grounds at their checkouts in little bags, and customers can help. So all free of charge, and it's a good way of them getting rid of their coffee. Could you imagine all the coffee shops that are around? Where does it all go? Probably into landfill, which is fair enough, it breaks down naturally, but we can use it for our gardens, which I find quite exciting. So what I've done, I've mixed some of my own bonsai mix, but you've got to make sure that you want to leave that for a while, to let it break down for a while, so because you don't want anything too acidic in there. I know it should be okay, but you need to let it break down. For all your borders and all your shrubs and flowers, you can bung it straight in or put it straight in and dig it into your borders, and it'll be fine. But as regards to our dear little bonsai plants, some plants like this and some plants don't. Azaleas don't like it because it's too acidic, so I wouldn't put it with them. And also, let me have a read and I can recite this back to you. It says that it improves drainage, water retention and aeration in the soil, and obviously just what the bonsai plants need. Used coffee grounds also help microorganisms grow. Now that's another good point, and as well as attract earthworms. So that's another good point. While the fresh coffee grounds are acidic, used coffee grounds are neutral because they've had the water go through them. It's hot water, so they've been neutralized, so then it's a bit safer to use. So there is no worry to use that coffee grounds, and obviously it will affect the balance of your soil, so in a good way, because it's going to put nutrients in as it slowly decomposes, and also nitrogen into the soil. So that's another good thing. So there's some good things, and there are some negatives with it, but I think if you use it sensibly, by mixing it with your soil, let it rot down, or if you do it now and then leave it to next season, that's what I'm doing now. I've already mixed some a while ago, and I'm experimenting on some plants, not very expensive ones, but I thought, well, I'll mix some with the soil and also use it as a fertilizer on top of the soil. But a lot of people have said that if you do use a lot of this, it stops the water going down through, and it can actually suffocate the roots. But if you mix it with your bonsai mix, I can't see that that's a problem, because you'll have the grit in there, so that opens it up. And if you let it rot down a little bit, it should be fine. So you know, I'm gonna have a go with that. So basically, you know, it's nice. You know, it smells good as well. You know, it doesn't smell as good as when it's in the cup, of course, but you know, it's organic, it's nut. So why not use it? There's no chemicals in that. So I think all in all, that's a really good point. And so I've got my bonsai mixing thing there, or pot there, so that's going to all go into there. So I'll get rid of that, and I shall just leave that now, and I'll mix it with some organic matter. I'll mix it all together. I'll keep it out of the rain because I want it to completely dry out, so I'm going to let that dry out now in there, and then I shall put some perlite in there. I got some John Innes and also some organic matter I'll put in there and later on, and then I'll use that for next spring for potting up. But I'll use it on some plants that are not too delicate, because obviously I don't want to kill the plants. But it should be fine. A lot of people have used it and been very successful, and you know, I've used it on a couple of plants around here and they've really grown very, very well. So all in all, I'm quite pleased with that so far, but it's obviously early stages and it's basically experimental. So all in all, I think yeah, it's quite exciting really. Sorry, I pulled the wire out of my camera. Let's put that back up there. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy my tea. That's a lovely little plant, and I'll hopefully see you very, very soon. Take care of yourselves. Cheers everyone, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.